Ever feel like your dreams were trying to tell you something?
Mm-hmm.
Today, we're diving deep into the story of Tiara from Malaysia,
Okay.
a woman whose recurring dreams seem to intertwine with her waking life
Yeah.
in some truly perplexing ways.
Interesting.
Now, you discovered this on Nadia Omara,
Right.
a YouTube channel known for its paranormal
Yes.
and unexplained stories, right?
Wow.
This particular video was even titled something like, From Dream World to Real Life. Talk about setting the stage.
It definitely caught my eye. And what makes Tiara's story so compelling is the sheer duration of these dreams.
Okay.
We're talking recurring dreams that began when she was just 10 years old.
Okay, so let's rewind to that first dream.
Okay.
What was she experiencing that made it so unusual, even from the start?
Tiara paints a vivid picture of herself as a 10-year-old
Okay.
sitting on her family's front steps,
Yeah.
doing homework, when this strikingly handsome man appears.
All right, not so scary yet.
Right.
Sounds like the opening scene of a romance, not a thriller.
Right. But here's where it takes a turn.
Okay.
This man is dressed in what she describes as almost princely attire.
Okay.
Think rich gold and green fabrics.
Mm-hmm.
And he addresses her as my beloved,
Oh, wow.
asking her to return with him to his village.
Whoa, hold on a second.
Yeah.
We went from zero to fairy tale abduction pretty quickly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And just as things are getting weird,
Yeah.
the dream takes another unexpected turn. Tiara's grandmother appears out of thin air
What?
and basically chases this man away,
Wow.
warning him never to return.
Wait, her grandmother intervenes within the dream itself?
Right.
The dream characters are aware of what's happening.
It's a fascinating detail, isn't it? This
Yeah.
isn't just a passive dream. It suggests a level of agency and interaction
Wow.
that makes you wonder about the nature of dreams themselves.
It's already giving me chills, and we're just getting started.
Okay, yeah.
We've got a mysterious,
Mm-hmm.
well-dressed stranger,
Yes.
a protective grandmother figure.
Right.
It feels symbolic, even from this first dream.
That's what makes this case so captivating.
Right.
It's as if we're catching a glimpse into Tiara's subconscious.
Yeah.
And there's clearly a lot more at play beneath the surface.
This is heavy stuff.
Yeah.
So these dreams become a recurring thing.
Yes.
Tell me more.
The dreams become cyclical, coinciding with significant moments in Tiara's life. Her first period,
Yeah.
subsequent birthdays, almost as if they're marking these transitions into womanhood.
There's that time element again.
Right.
Which you always say is never a coincidence in these kinds of stories.
Exactly.
Did she talk to anyone about these increasingly frequent dreams?
Interestingly enough,
Yeah.
her initial reaction was to brush them off.
Really?
She even tells her grandfather,
Yeah.
who jokingly refers to them as wet dreams for girls.
That's an intriguing detail.
Yeah.
It makes you wonder about the cultural interpretation of dreams in Malaysia,
Oh, yeah.
particularly around topics of female sexuality.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it seems Tiara internalized some of that because
Okay.
she mentions feeling embarrassed, even ashamed to discuss the dreams further,
Wasn't it?
especially given the mysterious man's advances.
It's understandable how she might feel isolated,
Yeah.
carrying this burden alone,
Yeah.
especially at such a young age.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of an impact did these recurring dreams have on her life?
As you can imagine,
Yeah.
constantly experiencing these intense dreams began to bleed into her waking life.
Right.
Tiara describes developing a fear of sleep, avoiding relationships with men out of fear, and generally withdrawing from others.
It's heartbreaking to hear her carrying this weight on her own,
Yeah.
too afraid to confide in anyone for fear of judgment.
It highlights how recurring nightmares,
Yeah.
particularly those with strong emotional content, can have a ripple effect on our waking lives,
Yeah.
impacting our behaviors and relationships.
So we have this young woman grappling with vivid, recurring dreams she can't escape.
Mm-hmm.
This is already getting intense.
Right.
What happens next in Tiara's story?
Well, these dreams don't plague Tiara endlessly.
Okay.
Fast forward to her early 20s.
Yeah.
She meets someone,
Mm-hmm.
gets married,
Okay.
and for a period of time,
Yeah.
the dreams vanish.
Okay, so a glimmer of hope.
Right.
You'd almost think the story ends there,
Yeah.
with marriage as the ultimate dream catcher.
You'd think so, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
But of course, life rarely follows such a straightforward script.
Right.
Tiara and her husband decide to start a family.
Okay.
She becomes pregnant,
Mm-hmm.
and that's when the dreams reemerge.
Of course they do.
Yeah.
Okay, so the dreams return.
Right.
But I'm sensing a twist here.
Okay.
The dream man,
Yeah.
he's not quite the same as before, right?
You're picking up on it.
Okay.
Tiara describes him now as disheveled,
Okay.
his clothing torn.
Wow.
A stark contrast to the regal figure from her youth.
Mm-hmm.
It's as though he's aged prematurely
Right.
or been through some ordeal.
Okay, now that sends a shiver down my spine.
Yeah.
It feels like a warning or a premonition of something to come.
Mm-hmm.
What happens after this dream?
Sadly, Tiara suffers a miscarriage.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
It makes you wonder,
Right.
is there a connection?
Yeah.
Or is this just a tragic coincidence layered onto an already unusual story?
It's impossible to say for certain.
Right.
However, this pattern repeats itself.
Oh, no.
Tiara becomes pregnant again, experiences a similar dream where the man appears distressed,
Wow.
and sadly experiences another miscarriage.
Oh, God.
And this occurs a total of 3 times.
3 times.
3 times.
That's just heartbreaking and more than a little unnerving.
Yeah.
Were doctors able to offer any medical explanation for these recurring miscarriages?
And that's where the mystery deepens.
Okay.
Doctors could find nothing medically wrong.
Wow.
Tiara was, by all accounts, perfectly healthy.
Now we're venturing into territory that makes you question everything you thought you knew.
Right.
It's like something out of ancient mythology, where dreams are harbingers of fate.
Precisely.
Wow.
And as if things couldn't get stranger.
Okay.
Tiara's husband reveals he's been having disturbing dreams as well.
Wait, her husband is in on this now.
Yes.
What kind of dreams is he having?
Hold on to your hats, because this is where it gets really interesting.
Okay.
Tiara's husband describes having a particularly vivid dream
Okay.
on the very same night as her first miscarriage.
Wow.
In this dream, he sees the mysterious man lurking around their wedding celebration.
Okay, that's creepy enough as it is.
Yeah.
What does this man say?
Yeah.
Is there any interaction?
The man in this dream
Yeah.
makes a comment about taking what rightfully belongs to him.
You've got to be kidding.
Yeah.
So both Tiara and her husband are dreaming about the same man on the same night,
Right.
and it coincides with her miscarriage?
Right.
That is just too specific to be mere coincidence.
It's enough to make even the most skeptical person wonder.
Yeah.
The idea of shared dreams is already a fascinating and rare phenomenon. But to have them align with such a specific and tragic event raises so many questions
Right.
about the nature of these dreams,
Yeah.
their potential power,
Yeah.
and what they might mean for Tiara and her husband.
This takes their connection to a whole other level.
Right.
So how does Kiara react to all of this?
Yeah.
Learning about her husband's dream, the timing?
Mm-hmm.
What does she do with this information?
It's a turning point in the story.
Okay.
I think at this point,
Yeah.
Tiara is just as confused as anyone would be.
Right.
However, she begins to view the dreams differently.
Okay.
Rather than fearing them,
Right.
she develops a strange curiosity,
Okay.
a need to understand who this man is
Mm.
and why he keeps appearing in their lives
Okay.
separately and together.
That's an interesting shift. It's like the fear is morphing into something else, a sort of reluctant fascination, maybe even a need to confront the mystery head on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's when things really start to escalate.
Okay, I have a feeling I know what's coming,
Yeah.
but hit me with it.
Okay.
What happens next in this dream world saga? So Tiara is on this quest for answers.
Right?
How does this newfound curiosity take form in the dreamscape?
It starts with another dream, but this one is different.
Okay.
Instead of the familiar setting, Tiara finds herself transported to a vibrant village. A stark contrast to the unsettling encounters we've discussed so far.
Okay.
The man is there, and he leads her to, wait for it, his parents,
What?
and get this, their king and queen.
Hold on, a king and queen.
Yeah.
So the prince-like attire from the early dreams wasn't just an odd detail.
Right.
It seems this dream man wasn't exaggerating his lineage.
Yeah.
This is getting more surreal by the minute.
It is, and it gets even more layered.
Okay.
3 young boys approach Tiara and embrace her.
Oh, wow.
The man explains these are her children.
Right.
And he apologizes for taking them,
Oh, my God.
claiming his devastation over her marriage.
Wow, this has taken an unexpected turn.
Right.
Not only are we dealing with potentially prophetic dreams, shared dreams between Tiara and her husband, but now a whole other realm with abducted children.
Right.
What's your take on the significance of this,
Yeah.
especially the children being taken?
It's definitely a powerful image
Yeah.
and one that resonates with classic mythological themes, jealousy,
Right.
possessiveness,
Yeah.
and even a struggle for power between different worlds. In this
Mhm.
case, the waking world and whatever realm Tiara is being drawn into.
Right.
And let's not forget the recurring theme of significant life events.
Right.
First period,
Yeah.
birthdays,
Yeah.
marriage, pregnancy.
It's like these dreams are mirroring or even influencing
Right.
the transitions in Tiara's life.
Exactly.
You always say these details are never random.
Right.
What about the village itself?
Yeah.
Tiara described it in vivid detail.
Okay.
The colors, the architecture. What do you make of that sensory depth?
In many cultures, dreams are viewed as portals to different planes of existence,
Okay.
ways for spirits to communicate.
Mm-hmm.
It's possible that these details hold cultural significance specific to Malaysian folklore or spiritual beliefs.
Right.
The vibrancy of this village, compared to the often stark imagery of her earlier dreams,
Right.
could also suggest a shift in Tiara's subconscious.
Yeah.
Perhaps a newfound willingness to engage with this other realm,
Yeah.
however unsettling it might be.
Okay, so we're in this incredibly vivid village.
Right.
She meets the man's parents,
Yeah.
encounters her children.
Mhm.
What happens next?
Okay.
How does this particularly intense dream come to a close?
This part is truly perplexing.
Okay.
The man takes Tiara to a beautiful waterfall.
Mm-hmm.
There's this emotionally charged encounter where he professes his love
Wow.
and insists that she belongs to him.
There it is again, that possessive undercurrent that's been woven through the entire story.
Yeah.
From those early dreams to this declaration at the waterfall.
Exactly. And as the dream begins to fade,
Okay.
the man places his hand on her shoulder,
Mm-hmm.
leaving behind a mark,
Right.
a distinct three-fingered imprint.
A three-fingered mark.
Yeah.
Okay, now we're firmly in the realm of the unexplained.
Mm.
When Tiara wakes up, is there any sign of this mark?
Yeah.
Or is it contained within the dream?
This is where the line between dream and reality gets incredibly blurry.
Right.
Tiara wakes up back in her childhood home
What?
9 days later.
9 days.
Yeah.
She had disappeared, vanished without a trace, and her family had been searching frantically for her. Oh my gosh.
She has no recollection of those missing days.
9 days.
9 days.
Just gone, and
Yeah.
then back in her childhood bed.
Right.
And she's pregnant at this point, right?
3 months pregnant.
3 months pregnant.
With twins.
This is unbelievable.
Correct.
Twins, as in 3 children echoing the 3 boys in the village.
It's as if elements of the dream are weaving their way into her waking life,
Wow.
defying any rational explanation.
Yeah, this is unbelievable.
And remember that three-fingered mark.
The mark, yeah.
When she wakes up, she discovers it on her shoulder.
Oh my gosh.
A deep blue imprint,
Really?
as if branded onto her skin.
Wow.
She hadn't told anyone about the dream.
Right.
So it's not as if someone could have marked her while she was unconscious.
This is sending chills down my spine.
Yeah.
Does she confide in her husband at this point?
Bro.
Share the details of this dream, the village, the children,
Mm-hmm.
the mark?
She's too afraid of his reaction, which is understandable given the already sensitive circumstances.
Right.
But the story doesn't end there.
Oh, no.
Tiara gives birth to her twins,
Okay.
and she reveals that every time she showers,
Yeah.
she senses the man's presence,
What?
almost as if he's still with her,
Oh, gosh.
reinforcing that possessive claim from the waterfall.
This entire story has been a winding journey into the unexplained.
It really has.
What are we to make of experiences like Tiara's,
Yeah.
where dreams, reality, and the passage of time seem to intertwine so profoundly?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Yeah,
Dreams remain one of the greatest mysteries of the human experience.
for sure.
Where do we draw the line between the subconscious and waking reality?
Right.
What do we make of experiences that defy logical explanation?
Exactly.
These are questions Tiara is still navigating,
Wow.
and questions humanity has grappled with for centuries.
Definitely a lot to unpack after this deep dive.
Mm-hmm.
As always, thanks for guiding us through this complex and unsettling story.
You got.
And for you, listening, thanks for joining us down the rabbit hole of the unexplained.
Absolutely.
We'll be back next week with another deep dive into a topic guaranteed to make you question everything you thought you knew.
Looking forward to it.
Until then, sleep tight
Yeah.
and maybe keep a dream journal handy.